Hey everyone, it's Tyler and welcome to FRC Forecast. This is Fun's weekly prediction show of events. Week 5 may have the least events of any competition week, but we still have 21 awesome events to cover and give predictions to. In each event, we'll display 6 teams on screen that our correspondents have selected as either their lock, contender, or dark horse picks. From there, each event will have 1 or 2 teams broken down in more detail and why they were selected in that spot. Week 5 is a little bit strange. We've combined some weeks as well. We have a couple areas that only have a couple events as well too, but we're excited to talk more about it. So starting out with our East Coast, which is combining our Northeast and Southeast regions. Let's take it away, Steve.
Hey everyone, Steve here to kick things off with a look at Rebuild Week 5. From Vermont to Georgia, I'll be covering 5 events, 3 districts, and 1 regional. So let's jump right in on the action, starting things off in the Keystone State with the FMA District Philadelphia event. The Mid-Atlantic is no stranger to deep fields, and Philly this week is going to be no exception. There's some serious pedigree in the building, including multiple Hall of Fame teams, multiple Einstein veterans, and some teams that have just been doing this for a very, very long time. You can take a look at my picks on screen, but I want to call out one of my dark horse predictions for this event, and that's Team 10979 Tiger Robotics. Yes, folks, I'm picking a rookie as my dark horse. It may be their very first season in first, but they're coming into the event with an EPA on par with some of the Hall of Fame teams that are going to be on this field. And if there's a brand new team already putting up that kind of competitive spirit, it's definitely something everyone should have their eyes peeled for in Philadelphia. Next, let's take things north to New England District and starting with the UVM District event. This is going to be one of the most competitive events we've seen all season so far. The top of the field is loaded, and I mean loaded. The total combined EPA of the top third of teams at the event is over 1,400. And the average EPA of the top third is 130. Now, in all of this competitive chaos, I have another dark horse pick I want to call out, and that's going to be Team 1729, Team Inconceivable.
Inconceivable!
And yes, before you ask, I assure you, I know exactly what that word means. They went to Worlds in 2024, and they've been quietly building throughout this season. Don't overlook Team Inconceivable as they look to pounce on the competition from outside of the top third. Our next event is personal for me because it's where I'll be spending my weekend, and that's the WPI District event in Worcester, Massachusetts. Take a look at my picks on the screen. It's a tight call, but I have to highlight my lock pick for this event, and that's Team 3467 Wyndham Windup. And if you've been watching New England this season, you know why. 34 matches, 34 wins, 0 losses. Undefeated through 2 full district events. Alliance 1 captain both times, and they are currently sitting number 1 in the New England district rankings. They are the team to beat, but they are going to face some steep competition at this event, including from teams like my good friends over on 2370 iBots. 3 straight trips to the World Championship these past couple years, and they already started off the season fighting their way to the finals in the Western New England event. They're going to be coming into WPI with some momentum and something to prove. Making the long trip back down the eastern seaboard to Georgia for the Peachtree District Gainesville event, and a field with one name at the very top that is simply in a different zip code. Take a look at my picks on screen and the relative EPAs. But I want to highlight one of my contender picks for the event, and that's Team 1746, Team Otto. Back in 2023, Otto was on Einstein, but they had a couple rough years in 24 and 25, but now their EPA is back on the rise, having nearly doubled their EPA from last season already. And any former Einstein team showing that kind of upward trajectory heading into an event is exactly the kind of contender calls we like to make here. So let's hope they can continue this comeback story in Gainesville this weekend. And finally, Gotham, which is technically a Week 6 event, but we're covering it in Week 5 because it'll be over by the time we do the Week 6 predictions. So there we go. Gotham, the city that never sleeps, is hosting a field that spans 5 countries across 4 continents. No bat signal required, they just showed up on their own. Nearly 1 in 5 teams this weekend is going to be traveling in from outside of the United States, and that's the story of the event before even a single match is played. You can take a look at my picks on screen to see just how international this event is, but my lock pick I want to call out is going to be Team 1156 Under Control, making the trip all the way from Novo Hamburgo, Brazil. 3 consecutive years of World Championship appearances and a dominant 2026 season so far, and now they're bringing it to Gotham. If you're only going to watch one match stream this weekend, this might be the one. That's going to wrap things up for me this weekend. And good luck to all the teams competing this weekend.
Before we get to our next segment, we'd like to thank the following. It isn't too late to order competition apparel for your team at FRC Tees. Founded by First alumni and offering a free 14-day turnaround with expedited options available, go to frctees.com to see why hundreds of teams are making FRC Tees their first choice for their apparel needs. That's frctees.com.
Hello, Fun Nation, and welcome back to Michigan. And for the first time since 2014, we have just 2 district events on this Easter weekend to forecast, but some interesting robots nonetheless. Without further ado, let's take a look at this week's predictions of locks, contenders, and dark horses for FIM. Starting us off at the Livonia District event, my lock to win it all is without a doubt Hall of Fame Team 27 Rush. Rush is a dominant, especially in shooting games, robot. They've won states or worlds every even year since 2014 as well, and they aren't looking to stop this year. They've effectively owned every single match they've played, dropping only 2 matches to round out their impressive record this season, and I expect Rush to rank 1 and win the Livonia District event. My contender to highlight here is another Michigan familiar face. It's Team 3538, the Robojackets. The Jackets had a slow start at Milford, but turned it on just at the right time, getting picked to the number 1 alliance and winning the event in a series of epic playoff matches. I expect 3538 to be even more well-tuned this weekend and contend right alongside the best in Michigan. The dark horse I'd like to highlight here at Livonia is Team 1250, the Gatorbots. The Gators have a really nice robot in 26, and a similar story to the Robojackets, just need a little bit more time. With 2 weeks since Belleville, I expect 1250 to come out and compete hard and make a push for them state points in the dark horse role. Moving on over to Troy number 2, we have a very interesting slate to discuss, and unlike the version just a week prior, Troy 2 is not nearly as top-heavy, and leaving the door open for some exciting Michigan event action. Starting us off in the lock spot, I chose Team 1701, the RoboCubs. The RoboCubs documented their journey well throughout the season on Open Alliance, and have competed hard for a finalist spot at Belleville. I expect them to continue that competition here at Troy 2 and compete with their awesome robot. The contender I want to highlight is a Michigan favorite. It's Team 247, the Bears. The Bears had an awesome run to the finals at Woodhaven and are truly a rising all-star. I expect Rebuilt-A-Bear to continue their crusade here at Troy 2 and contend as a top robot at the event. And then finally, I'd also like to highlight a team that is underappreciated by EPA, but is a great dark horse pick in my opinion. It's Team 8352, Code Gold. 8352 was captains of Alliance 2 and finalist at the Wayne State event, and their high seeding ability will certainly serve them well at Troy 2, and I'm excited to see them continue their journey here this week. You'll notice I highlighted a lot of finalists here at Troy 2, and I'm excited to see who can take the win and get over that silver medal hump here this week. Best of luck to all the teams competing Week 5 in Michigan and across the world, and until next time, for FRC Forecast, my name is James.
Robothino booting up here once again in the U.S. North. Let's see what's going on. Starting over in Ohio at the Miami Valley Regional, I'm going to be locking in 1756 Argos as my champs. They've had their turret unlock, and I'm guessing it's only gotten better. Also trying for that spot's going to be 2338 Geared Forward. They've been pouring in the fuel through their robot, and they've made some great plays at the Midwest, taking that upset win. Will they be able to do it again? Moving on over to the Minnesota North Star Regional, I'm going to be locking in 2052 the Nightcrawlers. They've almost had their Week 1 event win up in Duluth, so very close. This team has been fine-tuning this bot, and they will have some great new strategies coming in for this event. Also looking for that same spot is going to be 3100 the Lightning Turtles. They took a Week 1 win up in Duluth, and they will not be slowed down. They volley fuel out of that robot at an incredible rate, and it's hard to keep them from getting to where they need to be. Now, stopping in over at the Finn District of Washington, I've got a dark horse pick here to take a look at, 5484 Career Academy Robotics. They've seen the finals before, and they will want to see it again. If they can get that fuel through that bot, they will be a great way to round off an amazing alliance. Lastly, stopping in over the Cheesehead land of Wisconsin, we've got the Seven Rivers District event. Another dark horse pick here to look at for this event is going to be 9149 Robocats. They captain Seed 8 at the Lakeland event and have a very solid robot. They've shown great plays at supporting the gathering of the fuel and getting it to where it needs to be. They will be a great addition to any alliance. That's it for the U.S. North here. This has been an AI-free forecasting Robothino signing out.
Before we get to our next segment, we'd like to thank the following. Osh Cut is a premier metal cutting service for first teams. No minimum order, options for same-day turnaround, guaranteed lead times, and instant online quotes. Osh Cut is offering first teams 50% off any future order up to $200 when you scan the QR code or go to funroboticsnetwork.com/OSHCUT. Just upload a 3D model or flat pattern to get started.
Coming up this week in the US West region, there are 4 California district events, serving as teams' final chance to punch a ticket to Week 6's district championships. First up is SoCal's Aerospace Valley event. Among this surprisingly difficult list of teams to narrow down, I first want to highlight one of our contenders, Team 2637 Phantom Cats. This Palos Verdes-based team last competed at Week 1's Port Hueneme event, where they went undefeated and took home their first ever event win as a captain. Their robot is a strong, accurate, turreted shooter, and while they might not have the throughput of the event's lock, I expect them to perform very well in Lancaster this weekend. Given that they've had 4 weeks to dial in their robot and improve their performance, we might see them take home banner number 2 on the season. Another team I want to highlight for Aerospace Valley is one of our dark horses, Team 399 Eagle Robotics. They showed a lot of potential during their first event in Week 1, sporting a triple-wide drum shooter with respectable fire rate and accuracy. With a lot of time to iron out their robot's deficiencies and work on some more autos and drive practice, they could cause some surprises in Lancaster this weekend. Moving up the state to NorCal's Contra Costa event, where I want to highlight our lock, Team 8 Pali Robotics. This Palo Alto squad had a strong showing during the previous event, where they would rank second on their way to a third-place finish. There, they displayed impressive autos, shoot-on-the-move capability, and good passing. Like the aforementioned teams, they've had a lot of time to improve their machine, so you can bet they'll be one to look out for in Pittsburgh this weekend. Who knows, maybe they could take home their first winner's banner since 2020. Staying up in NorCal, we've got the East Bay event in Berkeley, and coming in as our lock is Team 3256, the Warrior Borgs. Coming off a finals appearance at the Silicon Valley event, this San Jose-based team is looking to take home their first winner's banner since 2010 this weekend. With impressive throughput for a single turreted shooter and a very good intake feeding that shooter, I expect great things from the Warrior Borgs this weekend. We'll just have to see what they can achieve out on the field. Finally, moving back down to SoCal for the Orange County event, where I want to highlight one of our contenders, 3476 Code Orange. This storied team dominated the Los Angeles event in Week 3, going undefeated and comfortably ranking first on their way to another blue banner. As a drum shooter with world-class throughput, their volleys into the hub are a sight to behold, and their double sweep auto is tough to beat. While they might not be the year-after-year World Championship challenger that this event's lock is, I expect them to have a great showing in Orange County this weekend. Finally, I want to mention one of our dark horses for this event, Team 6220, the Golden Griffins. Their robot has a lot of potential, as seen at the Los Angeles event, where they showed off their versatility. Whether shooting with their triple-wide shooter or dispensing some defense, they were playing very well whenever they were out there. Maybe this weekend we could see them catch a few teams off guard in Mission Viejo. And there, folks, is your forecast for the Week 5 events out west.
That's going to be it for Week 5 of FRC Forecast. Let us know your thoughts on the event picks and why in the comments, and check the Fun Discord and Cheap Delphi for all of our pick listings. If you enjoyed this video, even if you don't agree with everything, give it a like and subscribe to Fun to stay up to date on all fun content. Good luck to all teams competing in Week 5. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay up to date on future fun videos.